What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. The 2022 Royal Rumble is over, but things are heating up as the road to WrestleMania heads towards its first stop at Elimination Chamber. What will they do to hype its Saudi Arabia Super Show on Raw? Well, join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. WWE spoiling Ronda Rousey's Mania opponent. Nia Jax strongly rejected WWE's offer. Becky Lynch was squashed in 12 seconds. Ric Flair's 5th divorce, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Lita on Raw. Now, last night's Raw featured another appearance by WWE Hall of Famer Lita, and it looks like she'll be stepping into the ring against Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Lita, who previously teased a match with SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte, may have thought better of it after seeing the crappy job Charlotte did selling the Twist of Fate. Or whatever Lita's motivation is, this will be her first singles match in 10 years. And surely if she wrestles well as she did at this year's Rumble, fans will be in for a real treat. Number 2, Brock is back. Now, the Beast is back and better than ever. Yeah, we know Brock returned at SummerSlam, but for the first time since 2003, it's clear that Lesnar wants to be in the WWE for something besides collecting a big fat paycheck. Lesnar is having so much fun with his character, and it shows when he's wrestling, even more when he's interacting with the fans. Lesnar is 44, but he's competing and talking like he's 24, working hard to prove he's worth every gold ingot Vince McMahon is giving him. Number 3, the rise of Riddle. Matt Riddle is certainly going places, something which has been clear since his main roster debut. Any doubts about the Ultimate Bro's future as a main eventer were put to rest thanks to him earning a spot in the chamber last night. Although Riddle likely isn't going to win the match and the championship, anything can happen in WWE, and his title win might be sooner than fans think. Number 4, Ray vs Styles. Yes please. Now, this isn't the first time that these two have tussled in the ring, but damn, we just want to see more of it. I mean, come on, it's AJ Styles and freaking Rey Mysterio. What's not to love about that? But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, Ronda Rousey's pathetic promo. Ronda Rousey hasn't been in the WWE for nearly 3 years, and last night's promo shows she hasn't spent any time working on her mic skills. Now, we've heard hostage dramas with more life than Rousey's speech last night, and we just hope that nobody was operating heavy machinery whilst watching a promo. Rowdy Ronda was anything but rowdy on the stick, as her monotone mutterings lacked any sign of passion. This is a bad start for Rousey, and the WWE pumping fake crowd noise during a segment didn't help either. If this continues, fans will turn on Rousey in a matter of weeks. Number 2, Kevin Owens isn't in the chamber? Is Kevin Owens' push over? Well, his loss to Austin Theory in the Elimination Chamber qualifier isn't the end of the world, but for KO, it's possible he's already out of the main event scene after his brief run for the championship in late 2021 at Day 1. While his loss could be evidence of Austin Theory's strong push, it could also be a reminder of the many times the WWE gives wrestlers a big push when they sign a new deal, only to put them back in the mid-card or upper card after they've signed. Now, of course, this could be the WWE's way of keeping KO and BFF Seth Rollins from clashing in the chamber too soon, but what do you guys think? Should Owens belong in that chamber match? Let us know in the comments down below. Number 3, Alexa Therapy, still cringy. As the WWE's therapy vignettes continue their cringy path, and if fans have to watch many more, they may end up in therapy themselves. The segments have been stupid and confusing, which certainly isn't going to help Bliss get back on track after her goofy booking following a heel turn on The Fiend. Thankfully, Alexa's brand hasn't been irreparably damaged, and it's possible for the fans to rally behind her if she's given a solid storyline. Number 4, Becky the Cowardly Heel. Speaking of identity crisis, Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch is having one, as she's gone from a tough heel champion into a chicken shit heel. While the WWE shouldn't turn Lynch into a female version of Roman Reigns, there's no reason to suddenly transform her into a heel who cowers from her opponents. Lynch has done a good job portraying an arrogant heel who's taken on all contenders but who isn't afraid to cut corners to win matches. Number 5, a confusing chamber. Why is Brock Lesnar competing in an Elimination Chamber match when he said that he's setting his sights on Roman Reigns? Now, we understand the behind the scenes booking rationale, but it's setting things up for a potentially problematic situation should Reigns vs Lesnar be a title versus title match at Mania. As we've stated before, the WWE should avoid a title unification match if it plans on continuing the brand split. Does the WWE really want to have Roman Reigns defeat opponents on both Raw and SmackDown? While they could keep Lesnar from winning at the Chamber, it will require some off-the-wall booking that sees him taken out before the bout, or something that will head into ridiculous territory. There was nothing downright ugly about last night's Raw. While the WWE storylines remain all over the place, the promotion is already working on setting things up for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view as well as building suspense for Ronda Rousey's WrestleMania opponent. And as we'll see in the news, they may have accidentally spoiled this. What did you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now first story looks at WWE spoiling Ronda Rousey's Mania opponent already. Atop today's headlines, there's a possible spoiler on Rousey's opponent for WrestleMania 38. Rousey's not so surprising return to the Rumble still has fans pumped about who the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble winner will choose to face at this year's show of shows. However, Wrestling News' Paul Davis is reporting that the WWE's website may have spoiled things for fans. Davis mentioned, the advertising on WWE.com pretty much spoils what Rousey's plans are for WrestleMania. The arena websites are listing Rousey for almost all of the Friday Night SmackDown shows leading up to WrestleMania. WWE.com's event page have Rousey listed for every SmackDown heading into Mania, and this is essentially confirming Dave Meltzer's report that Rousey will decide to challenge for Charlotte Flair's SmackDown Women's Championship. While Meltzer's reporting of Rousey's opponent for the Showcase of the Immortals came into question after he initially reported Rowdy Ronda was challenging Lynch, only to change his story to Flair, some pundits believe Rousey will face Flair first and then battle Lynch at WrestleMania 39. Now, Meltzer has reported that Rousey is signed to wrestle at this year's and next year's WrestleMania, which if accurate, could lead to two big dream matches. Next up, WWE wants fired superstar back. As big news for fans of WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. During a recent edition of his Kurt Angle Show podcast, the WWE's Olympic hero revealed, "I did receive a call from WWE and they wanted me to be involved in the show for the next month or so. I'm really excited about it, so we'll see what's in store for me." Angle retired at WrestleMania 35, but he's made the occasional appearances in WWE with reoccurring rumors of a return. What do you guys think is next for Angle? Next up, a superstar missed the Rumble. Saturday's Women's Royal Rumble featured an incredible number of returns and surprise entrants. So many that we had to make a video about it. One wrestler fans were hoping might show up was Alexa Bliss, who the WWE has featured in vignettes on Raw. Bliss didn't show up at the Rumble, but Meltzer discussed the situation during a recent Wrestling Observer Radio. She was supposed to be in the Rumble too, but I guess they decided it would get in the way of what they're doing. As we mentioned in our analysis of Raw, the WWE doesn't seem to know what's next for Bliss, so it's no surprise she was absent from the Rumble. Why bring her back if she wasn't even going to do anything? Next up, Nia Jax strongly rejected WWE's offer. A recently released WWE superstar Nia Jax is apparently still upset with the WWE after she was released. So much so that when the WWE asked her to return to the Royal Rumble, she had some harsh words for the company. She spoke with Renee Paquette recently, revealing she thought the WWE was contacting her about some of her property that the company had failed to return to her following her release. When I got the call, I thought it was about, "Where's my stuff? It's my homie in talent relations. Hey, we're just calling to see if you'd be interested in participating in the Royal Rumble." I started hysterically laughing. I thought it was my friend joking with me. "Oh, you're hilarious. Actually, this is an official call." "Oh, F no, I'm not coming back." "I'd like to offer you this." I said, "First of all, I'm still under my 90 days. You're still going to be paying me anyway, so you're not offering me anything." "No, I'm not coming back. Absolutely effing not." "Is this all it was?" "Yep." "Okay, bye." And what do you think of Jax's response? Do you think our fellow superstars are happy the wrestler known for accidentally injuring opponents wasn't present? Next up, Becky Lynch was squashed in 12 seconds. Now, fans attending last night's Raw witnessed Bianca Belair actually squash Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch in a 12-second match. A Twitter user uploaded the video of the EST trouncing Big Time Bex after the champ tried to escape the match, only for the Hall of Famer Lita to chase Lynch back to the ring where Belair hit the KOD and promptly pinned her. Sadly, the title wasn't on the line. And next up, Ric Flair's 5th divorce. As sad news for wrestling icon Ric Flair, as the Nature Boy has announced he and his 5th wife Wendy are splitting up. Flair tweeted the news on Monday that after taking some time apart, Wendy and I have decided to go our separate ways. Please respect our privacy and our families during this time. I will love and cherish all our memories together forever, and I will forever be thankful for all she has done to make my life better. Wendy, who briefly worked as Flair's kayfabe maid Fifi in WCW in the early 90s, married him in 2018. There's no truth to the rumors that Ric's divorce was part of a scheme to stay ahead of daughter Charlotte's 2 divorces, as she's fast approaching Papa Flair's WWE recognized record of 16 world championships. Do you think Slick Rick will marry again though? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Sonya Deville breaks character. And last but not least, WWE superstar Sonya Deville recently broke character after Renee Paquette complimented her on her appearance at the Royal Rumble. She tweeted, "Sonya Deville looks cool AF." A Deville whose work as a heel authority figure and wrestler replied, "I love you and miss you." And naturally, Deville's comments aren't that shocking as wrestlers routinely break character in their social media messages. But there you have it guys, our recap of Raw as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.